Alright, back to supports. Ferdinand and Dorothea, rank A. I'm really curious how this one plays out.
Dorothea, I am surprised to find you here. I did not think you were all that religious.
There's a lot you don't know, Ferdy. But you're right. I'd hardly call myself devout. After all, it was thanks to the goddess and her noble regime that I suffered so much as a child.
You must be quite brave to speak so coarsely in this hallowed place. But what do you mean about suffering as a child?
Do I really have to tell you? Oh, forget it. I'm sure you already know that I'm an orphan. I grew up in the alleys of Enbar, begging for coins, eating scraps, drinking from drains.
I see. I remember seeing street children around the city.
I could have died. Then the right person overheard me singing. And suddenly I was in the opera. I was a songstress. And my goodness, did the nobles like me. The people who used to spit on me and call me an urchin, they praised my voice and my beauty. A nobleman who once kicked me gave me the most gorgeous shoes. I almost asked if it was a joke.
So that is why you despise the nobility. But why do you think I am the same as them? Do you really believe that is the kind of man I am? You think I would ever treat people differently based on appearances? There is nothing noble about that.
Oh, really? You're something different? That's not how I remember things. It was the very day that I was discovered. I was in high spirits. Nothing was wrong in the world. I secretly bathed in one of the town's fountains, hoping to wash off some of the dirt from the streets. I sang the same song the opera composer overheard earlier that day. And that's when you appeared.
Me? No, it could not have been.
Don't play dumb. You glared at me, the same look I'd gotten from every other noble, then you ran off. When we met at the academy, you were a different person. All smiles and friendly words. You were like a bee, Ferdinand. A bee attracted to a flower in full bloom.
So it was you then, singing that song. Dorothea, please listen. This is a misunderstanding. When I saw you, I could not take my eyes off you. I was hypnotized. Your beautiful voice, your elegant face, droplets of water on your skin that glittered in the sun. I thought you were a water nymph.
Stop it, don't lie to me.
No, it is true. I was only a child. The vision overwhelmed me. That is why I ran. I plucked up the courage to return, but no one was there. I thought perhaps it was a dream.
I like when RPGs do this, like they tie character backgrounds together where they've met before.
Since the day you made me those treats. I thought then that maybe you weren't like the others, but there's a lot I have to let go of, Ferdy.
Of course. I am glad we had this conversation. You know, I do not mind you thinking of me as a bee. Life as a simple drone, circling a queen. It actually sounds quite wonderful.
Don't drones keep the queen safe?
Persona 2 did it really well.
I like the sound of that.
And Persona 3 did it. I can't think of many fantasy RPGs that have done it, though. Like, not even Suikoden, really. Ferdinand and Lawrence, rank C.
Ah, that fragrance. Could it be? Ferdinand, I cannot help but notice the exquisite tea you're drinking.
Not many can appreciate it, let alone recognize it. I'm impressed.
Perhaps
Yeah, Dorothea and Ferdinand have some of the best written supports in the game, I feel like.
Allow me to pour.
What a delightful aroma. When I close my eyes, I feel as though I've wandered into a rose garden.
Such a precise, poetic description. But please, drink up. No need to stand on ceremony.
How gracious of you. Very well. Flavor, fragrance and hue, all in fine harmony. This is a most superior brew, and in a market saturated by pale imitation, no less. You did well to acquire such fine fare.
You are clearly quite passionate about tea. And more than just passionate. You know what it takes to brew a fine cup. To say nothing of your flawless etiquette and sterling attentiveness.
Certainly. Proper etiquette at tea time is one of the surest hallmarks of quality breeding. And the extent of one's attentiveness is quite often indicative of the depth of one's character. The ability of a person of fine stock to exhibit a rich quality of character is precisely what determines whether one is worthy to be called noble. And all of that can be seen in how one handles such a simple thing as a cup of tea.
Ah, marvelously put, Lawrence. I can tell you have given much thought to this subject. And if I may, I have always considered you to be the very model of noble comportment.
Oh, likewise, this has certainly been an extraordinarily meaningful cup of tea.
I wholeheartedly concur. Before we part ways, I would like to offer you some of these leaves.
Truly? Well, I'm flattered, but I cannot simply accept them without offering something in exchange. You simply must allow me to host you in turn, by way of recompense. We shall drink from House Gloucester's finest teacups and enjoy the loveliest of its cakes.
That sounds exquisite. I look forward to it.
Linhart and Caspar, rank A.
Huh? Caspar? Whatever is he doing here? Oh no. Is he looking for a fight with someone taller than him? The poor boy won't give up.
This is it. Today's my day. Caspar's day. Come get some.
Yes, Caspar, just like that. Just as we practiced. Yes, dodge. Yes. Perfect. Right there. He's open. Punch him right in the... Yes! Caspar, you did it!
And that's how it's done. Woo! And then I got him. Bam! Right in the solar plexus. Oh, I really wish you could've... Hey, are you even listening? This is when it starts getting real good.
I'm listening. I am sad to say, however, that the tale is slightly less thrilling the fourth time through.
You should be more excited. We finally won.
We?
Yeah, I couldn't have done it without your advice. You're a strategic
Oh,
genius,
there is
Linhart.
a series on Netflix that you specifically would really like because it's basically Fire Emblem.
You're the one who did the
Record of
actual
Grand
work.
Crest War.
What's really amazing is how you wouldn't give up.
Whoa, I've never heard you compliment.
Like, I realized,
Yeah, I
having
don't think I
played
like
this...
it.
Oh, that show was just
Seriously,
Fire
I couldn't
Emblem.
have done it without you. Like you said, I wouldn't give up on fighting, and I'm not gonna give up on this either.
I should have expected that, I suppose. That's just the kind of guy you are, after all. I guess this friendship is something that we can never escape from. Ever.
Are you saying you want to escape from our friendship?
There's actually a game coming out, but I think it's an action
Would
RPG,
not be so easily
which is
untangled.
really funny.
You got that right. No one can break this bond. Even if we argue and butt heads sometimes, we'll never have to fight.
Oh yeah, there was like an
And that's
old
the
one
problem.
based on the first two
Understood.
games, right?
I don't desire to fight anyone anyway. This war is the last time I'll set foot on a battlefield.
Well, that makes sense.
Is that where like the hilariously bad art of Marth comes from?
Okay? That is a promise worth making.
Definitely. And let's win this thing while we're at it.
Linhart and Bernadetta, rank A.
I was under the impression you were going to break all of your paintbrushes.
Cut it out, Linhart.
I'm just glad you're back to painting. I felt terrible about what happened last time, you know. Guess I should have kept my opinions about your painting to myself.
Maybe you should have.
So what do you suppose is the name for this kind of situation?
What situation? Am I in your way again? I must be. Okay, let me pack my things and I'll be off.
Ugh, no, that's not what I mean. I'm talking about when two people are together, but not together. When they're basically by themselves.
I'm not sure what you mean. I'm always alone.
Oh, alone? Well, there it is then. I suppose you could say we're alone together. We're each here alone, yet together. So we're alone together. What do you think?
Alone together? Oh, wait, I get it. That's just a nice way of saying you want to be alone, right?
Excuse
Alone,
me?
alone. If that's what you mean, I'll go.
Please, Bernadetta, you shouldn't go. Being alone together means accomplishing more. We each have the concentration one gets from time alone, but also the thrill of being with someone else. I find it to be an exhilarating environment. Have you felt that as well?
Huh? Me? I'd rather be alone, but when I'm painting, and I know you can see, I worry about what you might point out about it. Is that the thrill you mean? Because I feel that.
Here's
Is that
what
a
I wish
character
to
from
point out about your
Fates?
painting. You've really improved. Your lines are bolder, your color choice is more informed, and your composition as a whole.
Did you actually just praise me, Linhardt? What's next? A rain of flying pigs?
I was just saying what I think. Look, you probably have talent, and you work hard too.
Oh no, I'm on to you now. You're scheming, but you won't get anywhere by flattering me. Try all you want to get your hooks into my heart. You won't fool me!
I'm not sure how praising you means I'm trying to get my hooks into your heart.
I have a heart of stone. No one will ever get to it.
What a shame. I suppose I'll stop praising you then.
You will? No, I didn't mean it that way. You can praise me as much as you want.
I don't understand you one whit. However, if you want praise, then praise you will get. You're cute.
Don't say stuff like that.
Caspar and Bernadetta rank A. Damn, we have a lot of these to go
Bernadetta,
through.
open up.
But I guess that means fewer will open up next.
I have no clue what this is about, but I'm sorry.
You have no clue? Don't you remember what you did to me?
No. I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did. You did all kinds of things. But the worst thing was carrying me off twice. I thought I might die.
What are you even talking about?
Don't act like you never took me to that place. What
I tend to keep my
place?
party clubbed together.
Oh, the place with the pretty view. Why are you mad about that?
Because you hauled me around like a piece of luggage.
Again, why are you mad about that?
Don't act all surprised. How would you feel to be yanked around like that?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I was just excited to show it to you. Maybe I went a little overboard. I'm real sorry about that.
You are? Well, I hope you understand now.
I definitely do. And I feel awful about it. What can I do to make it up to you? Anything you want. I want to show you how seriously sorry I am.
Well, all right. I'd like you to, bring me to that place again. But promise me two things first.
Anything.
No carrying, no pulling around. Treat me gently.
Sure, of course. No problem. But that was 3 things, not 2.
That was one thing. Be gentle, okay?
Yeah, oh, okay. Sorry. What's the other thing?
I want you to promise not to take anyone else there. Only me.
All right, I can promise that. Seems a little strange, though. Why do you care?
Come on. If you really want to apologize, hurry up and take me there.
Right, on it. Here we are. Look at that gorgeous sunset.
This is it. Same view. After all that time inside, the sun feels like it's piercing right through me.
This little bit of sunshine? You really gotta get outside more. From now on, I'm gonna take you to all sorts of different places. I promise I'll be gentle, and I promise I won't take anyone else. just you and me, alright?
What? But okay. But if you get sick of me, I'm sorry ahead of time.
What? Good one, Bernadetta.
Caspar and Dorothea. It also helps that I basically only
Caspar,
use the
care to join me for tea?
actual house
Again?
members.
Well, let's make it quick. I gotta get some training in eventually.
More training? Don't you get tired of it?
No, I don't get tired of working toward my goals, unlike you.
Me? What do you mean?
Your quest for the perfect husband. I haven't seen you wasting time with any dull-looking guys lately.
Oh, God. Maybe I just found something worth staying in for.
You mean in the monastery?
Absolutely,
This
he
place
is.
a dump compared to what it was 5 years ago.
That's not what I'm talking about. Honestly, Caspar, you don't understand women at all.
Well, excuse me.
Princess.
Maybe I'm just another dull guy.
That must be why you don't pick up on how I feel.
What?
When I'm around you, I feel like, well, like I can always be myself. I don't need to act differently or flirt or lie. I can just be me. I always said you were little brother material, but when we're alone like this, the idea of marriage...
Nope. Hold it right there.
You made it weird.
I'm gonna need a minute. I was not ready for this.
Caspar, settle. You might be getting the wrong idea. I was only saying, when I'm with you like this, I can forget all about marriage and just be friends.
Huh? Right. Of course.
Though I suppose relationships like that can also lead to marriage.
Now I know you're messing with me.
I'm not trying to tease. I was just thinking out loud. If neither of us ever find our special someone, it might not be so bad to settle down and spend the rest of our lives together. What do you think?
I haven't really thought about that. I'm not really the romance type. Spending the rest of my life with you doesn't sound so bad, though. But why are we even talking about this? There's no way you won't find someone great.
Stranger things have happened.
Either way, no point in worrying about it now. I'm plenty happy with our current situation. Let's just focus on staying good friends.
Good idea. Here's to us.
Caspar and Petra, rank A.
Hey, Petra. How's training going?
It is going well. I am not having any troubles right now.
Good, good. At least things haven't gotten worse, right? So, did you hear what happened the other day? The professor, really.
Caspar.
Oh, whoa, okay, there's no need for that.
You are the son of my father's killer. That means I must be killing you and taking revenge.
What? I thought you said it wasn't a big deal. We're not our parents and all that.
Your optimism is not making sense. It is not possible that you are not having hatred for me. My father was killed. By the Empire. By your father. And so I will be impaling you on this blade to be satisfying a deep wish of mine.
A deep wish? What are you talking about?
I am talking about my wish. Of course, I am also having another wish. An even deeper wish. I wish for you and I to keep being friends. To keep fighting and surviving together. When you are speaking of your father, it is with a proud smile that injures my heart. But that is only a small thing. You also are working harder than anyone I am knowing. So, I can't bring myself to be killing you.
I see. So you do hate me because of what happened, but you still want to be my friend? You haven't stabbed me yet, so you obviously want me to live more than you want me to die. I hope.
That must be the truth. More than all of it. I am not wishing to be losing you. It would give me great sadness.
Oh. Okay, that's a relief. I don't want to lose you either, and I definitely don't want to fight you. To be honest, if things were the other way around, I don't think I'd be able to forgive you. I'd hate you, and I'd hate myself for feeling that way.
Caspar.
But you're not like that. You see me as your ally and your friend. You had the chance to kill me, but you used it to show me that you want me to live. You really are an incredible person, Petra. I want to be more like you. I want to prove that I'm a good friend. I promise, you won't regret letting me live.
You have my gratitude for your understanding. Hearing your words gives me great happiness. I was always feeling a barrier between our hearts. I am sure I was also the one putting it there. But from now onward, I will be sharing all of my heart with you. My grief and anger, joy and love, all of it.
I'd like that, Petra. From now on, we'll be more honest and open with each other.
Caspar and Shamir, B.
Caspar, how have you been?
Oh, Shamir. I've been normal. Yep, totally normal.
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Everything's normal.
Then you should try to act like it. If something is bothering you, say it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm disappointed, Caspar. I thought you were the type to always speak your mind.
Alright, fine. You got me. Truth is that I heard something about you. I heard you fought in the battle between the Empire and Dagda.
Yes. And?
And I heard that you maybe lost someone important in that battle.
Perhaps. What's your point?
No point. Not trying to make a point. I just didn't know you were involved in all that. I was hoping we could be friends, but you fought against the Empire. You obviously have every reason to hate them, so I'm sure you don't want me around.
What does my past have to do with you?
My father was responsible for a lot of what happened to the Dagdans.
Are you responsible for your father's actions?
Well, no, but kinda. I know I wasn't there, but I gotta...
Bring them back.
Huh?
If you're responsible, then bring back the lives that were lost. If you can't, then spare me your pity.
But...
Yesterday's enemy is today's ally. You have to abandon old feuds. Only then can you face me as a friend.
Dorothea and Lorenz, rank C.
Ah, Dorothea. Your beauty puts even the most pristine flower to shame.
Ah, Lawrence. As silver-tongued as ever.
Oh, not at all. I must bid you good day.
I see the rumors are true. What a shame.
Rumors? About me? Whatever do you mean?
Why, that you're always ready to flirt. Unless she's a commoner. Then you'll bid her good day as quickly as possible. Like you did with me just now. Are we so unpleasant to speak to, us commoners?
That is a rather pointed question, but I do happen to have an answer for you. As the heir to House Gloucester, I am in search of a bride of suitable social status. I seek to build upon the honor of my house, and to do that, I require a noble wife.
I'd think you could find plenty of suitable women, even among the masses.
Do not be so certain. A lady who marries me must be prepared to enter noble society, whether she wishes to or not. It is a complex web of etiquette and expectation, not a world one could easily step into without the proper upbringing. What's more, House Gloucester would hardly see much benefit were I to join myself to the household of a common.
Oh, I can imagine. Well, I suppose that means any friendship between you and I is doomed as well.
Isn't that a rather excessive conclusion?
You want someone to birth your house's next generation. I want someone to share my life with. I'm not even an option in your eyes, and you're hardly viable in mine. However, we're all friends here, aren't we? So I suppose politeness at the very least is in order.
Dorothea and Manuela, rank C.
Professor Manuela, it's been far too long since we've had a proper chat. Let's fix that right now.
Too true, Dorothea. We hardly have a moment to spare here. But it's so nice to see you flourishing. It certainly brings back memories. You know, somehow you've gotten even prettier. The years have been kind to you.
That's something like a rose telling a daisy it's pretty, but I appreciate the compliment all the same.
Oh, honey, if that's the case, I hope you'll work hard to never become a rose like me. Too many thorns.
Oh, stop it. You've accomplished a great deal. You should be proud.
That's a very nice sentiment, and I appreciate it. Thank you. So, I've been very curious. How did you end up enrolled at the academy anyway? I know you didn't have any family connections. How'd you do it?
Well, it did require pulling some noble strings. But learning everything to pass the entrance exams, that was all me, and very hard. Especially while I was still singing for the opera. But I wanted the academy more than anything else.
Well, bravo, and well done. You've always had to find your own way in life, haven't you? I so wish you could rely on people more often. Still, though, you haven't said why you worked so hard to get into Garreg Mach to begin with.
Isn't it obvious? Because you were here. When you retired, it broke my heart. But it also woke me up. Seeing someone like you, who shines so brightly on the stage, give it all up and start a brand new life. It got me thinking about my own future, and what I wanted it to look like. As ever, I followed your lead.
Oh my. I don't know what to say.
I had also heard that the heirs to the Alliance, Empire, and the Kingdom were all enrolling as well. With such an exceptional crop of potential spouses, how could I go anywhere else?
And have you gotten what you were after? Your dreams, a future, and a good partner?
There have been good people, definitely. But as for my future, we'll see. It's so nice to spend time with you again, Manuela. It's been too long.
Petra and Shamir, rank B.
Shamir, can I be having your time? There is a thought that is giving me great concern.
Let's hear it, Petra.
If Dagda is ever invading Fodlan again, what will you be doing?
I'd join the army of Dagda. I'd lay waste to Fodlan and return to my homeland.
If that is the truth, then I am having one more question for you. If that was happening, would you be fighting your allies in the Imperial Army too?
Of course. You expect me to die for you? You should be prepared to do the same. Your homeland would likely join Dagda.
So, that is your truth.
Maybe. If you'd asked me 5 years ago.
Hmm?
I've been a mercenary since childhood. Always fighting for a bounty. If my allies didn't pay, I'd side with the enemy. It's why I became a sniper. Easier to dispose of anyone with a reward on their head. It's also why I joined the Knights of Seros. I owed them a debt. But that's all changed.
You are not fighting for money now?
That's right. When I see everyone fighting for Fodlan, I feel inclined to help. I won't die for the cause, but I will protect everyone. If the army of Dagda engaged you, I'd fight at your side.
Hearing that is giving... it gives me great joy. Until the war is finished, let us fight together.
Sylvain and Lawrence, rank C.
To find the analog of your beauty in nature, I can turn only to the lily. Only that flower is so sweet and so delicate as to approach your loveliness. Why, just look at these soft, delicate fingertips you have. It is as though they could blossom into fragrant lilies before my very eyes.
If you're so wild about flowers, why don't you try a flower shop? Ugh.
Oh, wow. That was... I'm sorry I saw that, but I am so glad I saw that.
Oh, did you not realize? I was only testing her. Any woman who is taken in by such simple flattery is ill-suited to my noble disposition.
Oh, okay, I'm glad you explained it, because I thought you just got rejected. Just flat out, no way to make yourself feel better about it, rejected. And the reason, your nobleness, is because that is really not the way you go about hitting on a girl.
Oh, is it not? And I suppose you consider yourself an expert on the subject.
Pay attention, kid. Maybe you'll learn something. When I saw you, I just had to come over and say hello. Because finding you here feels like fate. Maybe we could go get some tea. Get to know each other better.
I think you must have mistaken me for someone else. Someone who cares. Please excuse me.
Oof.
Exquisite. Simply masterful. When is the wedding?
That's weird. Girls usually fall for that speech. You must have spooked her.
To think that the noble House Gautier would be blessed with such a graceful and charming heir.
Please. I'm a much better heir than a self-important failure like you.
This is not worth my time.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
And Sylvain and Manuela.
Ugh, my head. Why am I here instead of the infirmary? When did I... Oh boy.
How are you feeling, Professor Manuela?
Sylvain? What do you need at this hour?
You don't remember? Well, you collapsed in the infirmary and...
That doesn't sound like me. Wait, no, I remember. The truth is, something sad happened. So I did what I always do to forget my troubles.
Anyway, I found you passed out on the floor, helped you up, then carried you back here.
And what were you doing in the infirmary late at night? Not bringing a girl there, I hope.
No, nope, I was definitely alone. I just, I just had a bad feeling, and I decided to
Sylvain
look around
is
to
great.
see if anyone needed my help.
Oh, my poor head.
Are you all right? Here, have some water.
What a thoughtful young man you are. You're a real gentleman, compared to that jerk who just...
That good-for-nothing guy who strung you along, whispered sweet nothings in your ear, then shattered your heart beyond repair? I agree. He's a jerk.
Oh no. Did I say those things to you?
Actually, your version had more details. Very detailed details.
Oh dear.
You know, Professor, you're a good catch. It's a shame that you've had no luck with men. You need a guy like me. Somebody who sees your beauty and appreciates how tender you are, emotionally, and how much love you have to give.
You're a smooth talker, even when you don't mean what you say. I'm going to change, so shoot, okay?
Sure, I can take a hint. Rest up, Manuela.
Thank you, Sylvain. I'm going to try and get some sleep. Did he just call me Manuela and not Professor? That sly little... Although... Me? With Sylvain? Now there's a crazy thought.
We have Lawrence and Lysithia rank C.
Lysithia, do you have a moment? There is a matter of significance I'd like to discuss with you.
I know you're always seeking the attention of ladies, but why are you wasting your breath on me?
Don't be silly. I'm here to discuss Fodlan's future.
I'm not so sure I'm the one being silly. Actually, I'm busy. Stuff to do.
Now, hold on just a moment. House Cordelia will never benefit from such a narrow-minded mentality.
I was under the impression you were interested in me as a person. What do house matters have to do with anything?
The world is in ruins. Have you given no thought to how the Leicester Alliance might address this crisis?
I couldn't care less.
House Ordelia may be small, but a small house is fettered by fewer obligations than a larger one. Apply yourselves actively in diplomacy, negotiate wisely, and you could do much to help maintain peace among the neighboring lords. The recognition of those lords would benefit your house immensely. To that end, why not start with me, the heir to House Gloucester? It couldn't hurt for us to become friends, could it?
Yes, of course, when the time comes. But right now, I'm quite busy. Maybe later. As it is, I'm studying magic for the benefit of Fodlan's future, and I would appreciate it if you left me to it.
Ah, I see. Then forgive the intrusion. I will take my leave of you for now. But if there is any way I can be of help, to you or your house, I hope that you won't hesitate to ask. After all, as I'm sure you know, the future of all Fodlan is my responsibility.
The future, he says. As though I have a future.
Alright. Mission. Protecting Garreg Mach. Absorbing the Alliance brings the Empire one step closer to a unified Fodlan. The Black Eagle Strike Force returns to Garreg Mach to plan its invasion of the kingdom, unaware of the enemy lurking in the shadows.
Following the Alliance's defeat, the Black Eagle Strike Force prepares to invade the kingdom. But the kingdom's new allies, the Knights of Seiros, begin to make an advance of their own. After appearing in Aelel, the Valley of Torment, and following the border south, the Knights of Seiros openly march to recapture the monastery at Garreg Mach.
Flayn with Byleth, setteth with
I am
Edelgard.
grateful.
Raid from the north! Their flag bears the symbol of the Knights of Seiros. One of our troops has already intercepted them. Your Majesty, please give us your orders.
From the north? Interesting. Could it be they journeyed through Aelel, the Valley of Torment? Is the Archbishop among the enemy ranks? If so, focus our attacks on her first.
Understood.
Our enemy knows Garreg Mach inside and out. They can come and go as they please. It would have been best if we had detected them sooner, but that can't be helped. Professor, we must hurry and intercept them ourselves. I'll leave the preparations to you.
Huh. The battle looks to be rather cumbersome. We are still guarding all of Garreg Mach, but there are undoubtedly numerous secret passages and magic traps. There is still much about this place that we do not know. It is quite possible they will attack from a location we cannot anticipate.
I must call for General Randolph and General Ladislava. Hurry!
Had to sneeze.
It feels like only yesterday we called this place our home. We must show these fools the error of their ways. They shall pay for the sin of invading Garreg Mach.
Oh, but the professor is fighting alongside our foe. The same one who saved my life.
That is true. Though I find forgiveness difficult, we do owe that wayward soul a debt. However, the fact remains that because of the professor, Rhea has long been tormented. To think that the vessel of the goddess, entrusted with the sword of the Creator, could go on to... it angers me to even think of it. All that has happened has changed Rhea. I imagine it has changed the professor as well. Even if we prevail...
Yeah, never mind how the person feels about being a vessel by no choice of their own.
Dear Flayn, I only brought you with me because you were so insistent. Still, no matter what happens, you must not go near the front lines. If something were to happen to you, it would utterly destroy me. You are my reason for breathing. Do you understand?
I understand. If something were to happen to you, It would break my heart. I could not go on either. I cannot help but wonder if there is a way to end this without fighting the professor.
I am grateful. Oh, wow, thanks.
Thank you.
I thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's the map, but from the other direction. Alright. Sedith is at the back. Why do you have, like, a badge? Oh, because they're commander, I guess. Manages a spy left beats the first one and they flee when defeated regardless. Okay. It was probably a named unit. Oh, I see, the Zoltan is on an enemy. Archer with a badge is Shamir. Okay. Let's see. I don't want to move Petra up here. This is a fairly straightforward one. Defeat all enemy commanders.
We were successful in sneaking up on Garreg Mach. All that's left is to break through past this point.
The Archbishop and Catherine are handling the bulk of the Imperial army. That gives us the chance to infiltrate the monastery.
The real world is tragic enough right now.
How unfortunate.
Your Majesty, the enemy's movement is suspicious. They may have some tactic in mind.
If so, then let's face them without delay. Form defensive lines and hold them to the death. Strike down all who approach.
Their troop composition is also strange. I would bet that they are concealing additional soldiers.
I do this for all of us.
Yeah, I need to repair stuff. with the Zoltan X was Alois if you hadn't recruited him. Got it.
Welcome.
Let's see. Repair the Levin sword.
Is that thanks a bunch?
And Killing Edge while I'm here.
Thanks a bunch.
Repair. Why do you have a steel axe? You should at least have a silver axe plus. I'll fix that in a moment.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the thanks a bunch? Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
You should also have silver. As should you. Okay, I'll take this opportunity to standardize weapons, I guess.
Is that the thanks a bunch? Is that thanks a bunch?
So you need a silver axe.
Thanks a bunch.
You need a silver axe.
Thanks a bunch.
Oh, I'm running low on money.
Come back. Well.
Okay, I sell the bullions.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that
Iron shields.
Thanks a bunch. Is that the
Steel
is that
gauntlet
the one?
plus.
Is
Steel
that
gauntlet
the one?
plus.
Is that the one? Thanks. Is that the one? Thanks a. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. 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 Is that the one? Thanks a. Is that the one? Thanks a. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one?
I already have a silver bow.
Is that the one? Thanks a. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
Okay, back to buying silver weapons.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
And you already have a silver bow.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
Oh yeah, I should also get the Arrow of Indra Plus.
Thanks a bunch.
Purified in the forge.
Is that thanks a bunch?
11 sword plus for you.
Is that thanks a bunch? Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Come back.
Just some inventory cleanup too. Okay. Let's try this one again, shall we? Bernadetta should have been over here, but oh well.
All of us. A little scratch won't stop me. I will prevail.
So is Anna generally like a bonus unit?
Ready for anything.
Hence the DLC status.
I'm awake.
Let's see, I can put Bernadetta up there so she can make some actual progress.
Let's clean up.
Go ahead and curved shot that flyer.
Feels good to fight for a cause.
Put me in there.
Caspar can come up here and bash this sword guy.
Attack at your own risk.
More fighting.
And then Dorothea.
It's win or die.
What's the plan?
And then you can actually attack with Ragnarok on that archer.
Finish this. All for our future.
And back off a bit.
What's my strategy?
Leaving Byleth open to just kind of push. I'll put Edelgard up there and Hubert as well. Alright. Are more enemies going to pop out, or is that going to take a bit? It's going to take a bit, it seems like.
The enemy is transporting large quantities of flammable material into the woods. They clearly intend to attack us with fire. We should do all we can to prevent it.
Knights of Ceros are preparing a fire attack. Defeat them quickly to foil their plan.
In the woods to ambush, we must avoid any suspicious areas as we advance.
Like this big clearing here. Kind of want to move right over it. Plane appears on the left. Alright. Yeah, I'm not going into those four woods there.
I'll be home again soon.
That's a heavy armored guy. I'm gonna let Byleth take care of that.
I must lead them well.
Let's see. Yeah, I want you to go up here. Just right outside of Dorothea's range, okay. Actually, you have access to Meteor, which has ridiculous range. I'm gonna hold off on that, actually.
For the Empire.
I'll cut a bloody path.
Let's clean up.
Shamir. Can you even combat art from here? No. So you wait in the forest here. Or thicket, or whatever it's called. And get healed. Yeah, you don't have to do anything there, Ferdinand.
Now,
Come in, so that I may put you out of your misery.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hurt if you can hit, which I considered looking at the possibility of. Probability, rather. Okay, so I want you to come up here and just kind of swing down at him. Oh wow, it actually... Oh wait, no, it doesn't take height into account and just... They don't have close counter.
Hard work is a friend to count on.
What's my strategy?
Okay, Violet, you can actually just come out into the front here. No, this is actually a good opportunity to cast Meteor. Because I can hit you and someone else up there.
Maybe it's better this way.
I feel like Dorothea's levels have either been really good or really bad this whole playthrough.
Put me in there.
Alright, you come over here. Oh, actually, you can use this. She's a big girl, she can take it.
All is going to plan.
Thinning their numbers.
Oh, 50 damage! Oh, crap, Huber. Let's see.
I do this for all of us.
Bernadetta. You can go for a good Deadeye on that guy.
Ready for anything.
No, they can come to me.
The time is now. As long as we stand here, you shall not pass.
Hope you're ready. You're all going down. And I'll keep getting stronger. Now!
Does the height advantage actually give her that much extra avoid? Like, I know some TRPGs make height matter, but I didn't think Fire Emblem was one of them.
Each battle a victory.
it all comes down to this.
Witness frigid pride.
Don't
I told you she can take it.
It's time.
Big win.
She was hit maybe one singular time. Alright, so Dorothea... Move... I'm just gonna push Byleth up here.
Another victory.
I'm convinced that the Killing Edge is the best sword in the game.
Faster. Never enough.
I admire you.
And then... I need to pull you away. Like, I want to hit you? I don't want to pull Bernadetta away.
Maybe this will help me keep steady.
Our enemy's plan is in ruins. Still, we must tread carefully.
Like, I don't want Flame to attack and then someone to counter kill. And they actually do not have very much move because I have a bunch of forested tiles there to deal with.
Going for the kill. Stay down. Not what I was hoping for.
Ouch.
Amazing.
Let's see. I think that's actually good enough for this turn. So yeah, you guys are just gonna push forward a tiny bit.
Thinning their numbers.
Now.
But it's also going to be really easy to clean up after taking down Sedith. Which I will do now. Let me double check. What matters is Byleth beats the first one. Wow, Sublime Heaven is not good at all.
Battle. After all you've done for Flame, I cannot approve of your actions, but I also cannot follow Rhea on her current course. It may not change anything, but allow me to make a promise to you. If Flame and I survive this battle, we will withdraw from the world and leave you to do as you please.
Alright. And then... Oh, wait. Yeah, you don't want to do that. There.
Feels good to fight for a cause.
Mastered Archer. Hit plus 20. I mean, yeah, I gotta target that one. I feel like I'm gonna want people in the back for the most part. I should have had him gambit, but oh well. Man, I really just keep having Dorothea give Caspar extra turns.
Attack at your own risk.
Like, specifically, it's Caspar every time. Okay. I have made some tactical errors here. I guess... No, Byleth can't go down in this scenario. Let me go back a turn. That's Hatred Soldier. So I want to make sure you...
What's my strategy?
If I attack from here with the Sublime Creator Sword, you don't attack back. Okay. You do not have any form of ranged attack.
More fighting.
Who's next? Get in line.
Ready for anything. I'm awake. I'll cut a bloody path.
For the Empire. Let's clean up. Thinning their numbers.
I do this for all of us. I will prevail.
Zenith does nothing but heal.
Pretty good, huh?
So he's basically admitted defeat here. 95 hit though, I'm not gonna chance it.
I'm sorry, Rhea. For Flame's sake, I must take my leave to retreat.
Okay, so at this point I can take down Flame with anyone. Which makes sense, like, the whole point is, oh, they're not, they have no will to live without the other. So if one's retreating, of course the other's going to. Thank you for the 100 bits, Klonoic. Did you know if you hold the crab up to your ear, you can hear what it's like to be attacked by a crab? I did not know that. That is a fun crab fact.
This makes me terribly sad, but this is my duty, to which I must be true. Farewell, Professor. I do not imagine we shall ever meet again.
We fought them off. Good work, everyone. We've repelled the principal force of the Knights and defended Garreg Mach.
One-sided crab bat. It does. Yeah, that's yeah, spoilers are a thing, but I mean, as far as being the Edelgard route, it's fairly clear how things have to play out.
Damage report at once.
Yes, Your Majesty. We will have to make inquiries about the status of the main army.
Indeed. After all, it seems they had Rhea and Catherine fighting on their side.
We are, I think, approaching the end.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if there are 17 or 18 chapters here, but we just finished 15.
Lady Rhea, the unit that invaded the monastery has been completely driven away. We were able to make a clean sweep of those who came to attack us. However, I fear we can do nothing but retreat for now.
What of Sedith and Flame?
Sedith and Flame were able to escape in another direction. I have a message from them.
I am sorry, Rhea. I fear we must return to a life in hiding. I detest that person with all my heart. However, Flame's life is more important to me than all else. I pray that you will one day be free from the burden of your work.
I see. As expected, I am the only one left. Mother, please wait for me. I promise that I will save you. The filthy thief who stole you from the Holy Tomb. I will crush them with my bare hands!
Edelgard, Your Majesty, I am so sorry.
Silence. We must tend to your wounds.
It will do no good. I can't be saved. You must know that. Ladislava has also passed. The enemy has withdrawn. You are safe now.
Understood. Good work. Another loss on my watch. As more blood wets my feet, they grow heavier with each step. Remorse, resentment, despair. I have dispensed with all such things to come this far.
I went by Ken for a while because it was a shortened version of an old username of mine.
And we must keep moving forward.
Hubert, tell me the status of the enemy.
The battle has ended in a draw with severe injuries on both sides. Some known commanders have been slain. Garrick Mach has not taken much damage, and so it would not be out of line to claim it as a victory for us.
Yes, we'll call that a victory. Although, I'm sure they will say the same.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Oh, what a terrible opponent that was! Why is the church always like this? How am I supposed to train for that? It was way too scary.
When I saw the enemy enter Garrick Mach, I prepared myself mentally for death. I thought it would be a fine time to die, but I suppose it wasn't quite the time after all.
Our luck was good to have grabbed victory. The church has great strength. We must not have grief, but must keep fighting. Can we be fighting now?
This was certainly a momentous victory. We lost a lot, but we also gained a lot. Certain lords in the kingdom have examined the situation again and decided to join our cause, changing their fealty based on just one battle. They are all a disgrace to the nobility.
Today, our enemy held many faces I knew well. If we must fight to the death with that kind of opponent, what will become of this world?
There's no stopping me. I'm ready to go strike the kingdom here and now. Everyone must see that we can easily unite Fodlan, don't you think?
Excellent job, everyone. The battle is over now. While we have sustained heavy losses, our foe has suffered far more.
Although not exactly as planned, a win is a win. It may be safe to say that there will be no more obstacles on our way to the next battle.
We will break through the Tailteam Plains and then set course for Ferdiad, the kingdom capital. The final chapter of our fight with the kingdom and the church is close at hand.
Part 2. Crimson Flower. Lone Moon. Lady of Deceit. After a narrow victory over the Knights of Seros at Garreg Mach, the Black Eagle Strike Force hopes to secure a route to Ferdiad, the kingdom capital.
The time has finally come to invade the kingdom capital. Or so I declared. In truth, we'll be advancing to a different location. Only you and the rest of the Black Eagle Strike Force can know. Please bear that in mind.
Seems you've already anticipated our intentions, Professor. Well done. Before Ferdiad, we must take Aryan Road, which lies near the border between the Empire and the Kingdom. As a city on the boundary of the two territories, it must be taken at once.
There are many mages within Aryan Road. We will also face Cornelia, a general of the kingdom. We must also contend with Rodrigo.
We're going to be fighting the first city from Final Fantasy?
As well as his troops. Once we defeat them, Aryan Road will be ours.
I hear Cornelia has a suspicious magic weapon at her disposal. We must attack before the enemy can respond with defensive measures. That is why we are preparing an assault before even our allies are aware. Even within our ranks, there is no way to know with certainty that there is not a rat among us who would leak such information.
When Aryan Road falls, we'll focus on striking Ferdiad from both the south and the east. The deeper we carve our way into kingdom and church territory, the more favorable our position. As ever, I'm counting on you, my teacher.
Regardless of the quality, I'll keep...
Think.
Edelgard accepted the twin-headed eagle heavy armor that was delivered from the Empire and has obtained the certification for the Emperor class.
Anything to grow stronger.
Edelgard changed to the Emperor class. Did she ever finish Armored Lord? Oh, it's considered the same class as Armored Lord. Okay. Let's see here. Linhart, you still need more writing, yeah. You're probably not going to be getting Wyvern Lord there. It's not the same class? Oh. What? Where is it? Oh, I see. With unparalleled defense, Edelgard appears as an unstoppable force in the legendary armor of the Adrestian Emperor. But, like, kinda wanted you to finish that. Armored Lord gives pomp and circumstance, which gives 4 luck and charisma. Ah! That doesn't seem actually super necessary for her. She does get Charm and Axe Fair from this class, which is good. Alright. Explore. So, only the terrible paralog is left, so I'm actually not going to worry about doing optional fights here. Supply run and taking care of business, seeking increased security to protect the flow of merchants coming in through Alliance territory. Oh, and the Axe tournament gives a Silver Axe Plus, which...
Since I allied with you and the Emperor, my resolve has never wavered. I abandoned my country. I am prepared to kill my father, and kill a man I once called my friend. Resolute as I am, my sword feels heavy.
I mean, I should. Edelgard will enter the tournament. Yes. She's just showing off. Like, it's not even fair. This tournament is propaganda.
Let's keep up the pace. I do not tolerate. For the fate of both.
Plus, it got me some money. Ooh, and it has cup holders. I don't think I'm gonna want to buy anything, but let me see. Master Seal, no. Mithril, no. Well, Mithril, yes. Boot Steel, no. Silver Gauntlets Plus, no. Actually, those are fairly cheap Silver Gauntlets Plus, but...
Right.
Hi there.
I mean... I can try.
I'm counting.
I dedicated my life to serving the church. However, now, all that comes from the church is talk of spilling blood. Now that we've even lost Seth, the possibility of the church returning to its former power is slim. Today, I came to beg the goddess to grant me leave to quit my position. From tomorrow, I live by my own values.
Okay.
I probably can't enter the same person multiple times, if anything.
Even though we're denying the doctrine and fighting the knights, I keep praying to the goddess. When I think about those who have fallen in battle, I have no choice but to pray. The goddess of the church may be a fallacy, but I'm sure she still exists in some form. I'm weak. I would be nothing without her.
Hey!
Hey, how's my renown doing at this point?
Need something?
5,900, not bad.
This one?
I'll at least get flying
You're all
plus
set
2.
with this one? You're all set.
Don't need anything else there. Because I do need to start thinking about saving for my New Game Plus cycles.
Professor, some people are so in awe of King Dimitri, they call him the Tempest King. After he wins, there won't be anything left. There'll be a storm, leaving nothing behind. He hates the Empire so much, he's willing to do anything to bring it down. No. Then again, maybe we just didn't actually know him at all. We'll be fighting Dimitri and his troops soon. We all ought to train a little harder if we want to stay alive.
I've been searching for an ideal wife with whom to start a family for years now. How long must I wait? After the war, pursuits will be easier.
Hey!
Like, there's no way I'm getting to S rank, Professor.
I heard that Randolph died in battle guarding Garrick Monk. We knew each other for, wow, more than 5 years. My chest feels tight. Think about it. There's no end in sight to the fighting. I might be next. Any of us could be. Together, eh? That sounds like one of Sylvain's old pickup lines. But, yes. Let's get through this war together.
I know that A+ is next. I'm saying that even if I can get to it, there's not even a chance of me getting it to S past it.
Yes. Destroying Seteth is a big achievement, but as long as the Archbishop remains in good health, we must remain vigilant.
Did Edelgard approve this armor?
One day they'll probably try to surprise attack us again. We have to attack them first.
Oh, it's Max, not next. Okay. I misread.
Soon we'll assault Ferdiad, the kingdom's capital. This will be one for the history books. Our enemy won't hold anything back. I'm quivering with excitement at the very thought of it. Is it? I thought I sounded quite sincere. In any case, let's do our best. We're coming for you, Ferdiad. And so on.
I never thought this day would come, that I'd fight my homeland. My betrothed was a knight who served the king. He died bravely to protect the future of our country. Now I'm betraying the place he fought to protect. I'm betraying him. But I must do this. Professor, I believe in the path you have chosen for us.
My brother fought proudly to the end, and died an honorable death. He said something to me before the battle, that he was entrusting his dream to me. I'm gonna see this battle through to the end. I'm gonna fight for my brother.
The Knights of Seros. They certainly know how to inflict pain. However, the demon within me will be satiated only by fighting you.
Hi there!
How about that? Yeah. Next up is the kingdom's capital. We're coming for you.
What's wrong? Was that too much? Maybe it was too dramatic.
Or I didn't yell it loud enough.
Oh, a rare item orb. Not seeing those as often.
I have excitement in my heart for secret tactics. I enjoy attacks that are surprising. Yes, hunting is doing surprise attacks on prey. Surprise attacks are safe with friends. Fewer injuries. That is a wonderful thing. I have no liking for the thought of losing anyone.
Oh god, I have like one earphone off. And has my controller always been this loud? I am so sorry.
Last month's fight with the Knights of Seros was a disaster. Are you asking if I'm okay with killing my former colleagues? Sometimes it's easier to get by without any personal attachment or religious beliefs.
Driving back the Knights of Seros is a big deal for the Imperial Army. Defeating the Alliance was hugely exciting, but this victory will probably just add to your reputation. Now, if you could only sway the loyalties of the Kingdom's lords. Is it even possible?
You start fight sticks. I don't understand how people can get good using fight sticks.
He was a good person. It's a shame. When someone close to you dies, you really feel the horrors of war. Please watch out for yourself.
It's hard to feel cheery when you've just gone to battle against old friends. No, I will not let myself be gloomy. Fishing, huh? That may brighten my mood a bit now that you mention it. I'm sure it must be even harder for you to fight against your students. When times are tough, just remember, you can always rely on your pal Alois.
Oh god, do people play Smash with fight sticks? They can't, right?
True. Don't you think this plan to use the entire army for a surprise attack is a bit, I don't know, cowardly? Sorry, the word just kind of slipped out. Maybe don't tell Edelgard or Hubert I said that. No matter the target or strategy, I'll do my job.
Wilderness Survival Guide, a practical guide for surviving in the great outdoors without the conveniences of civilization. It offers advice and techniques on many subjects, including hunting and gathering, setting up camp, and securing potable water. You can almost hear the call of the wild.
In Fargus, there's an amazing knight of House Rowe they call the Grey Lion. I heard about him from Lenato, who was an acquaintance of his. Apparently he's getting old, but with each year that passes, he only hones his skills even more.
I've been informed of the surprise attack. That information could be devastating were the enemy to find out. It moves me to know I've been trusted with it. Edelgard and those within the army, they really do trust me. Initially, I had my own motives for joining the Black Eagle Strike Force. But now, all I want is to support Edelgard.
Gardening. I understand using a fight stick doesn't make you better, it's just, it feels so unwieldy. Like you have no fine control.
Next, we'll be headed to the kingdom capital of Ferdiad to begin the invasion, right? I wonder if we can defeat the Tempest King. We have to.
That was an unexpectedly fierce battle. The Knights of Seiros were tough opponents. If the Archbishop had been there, we would have been in trouble. If it hadn't been for the efforts of the main force, who even knows?
Dimitri, the king of
Of course, I
Farkas.
basically
He
don't
despises
fighting
Edelgard
games.
and everything she stands
I played a bit of Tekken.
for. I am of the opinion that a man
And
seized
obviously
by
I like
such strong
Smash, but
feelings
that's
is
about
not
it.
fit to be king. It is a sad situation, really. No, they cannot. Kingly judgment has to be wholly separate from the emotions of the individual. At any rate, I find it hard
Soul
to
Calibur
imagine that
as well.
Dimitri could defeat Edelgard.
Professor? Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Between Garreg Mach and Ferdiad stretch the plains of Teal'c. That's the site of the ancient battle where Nemesis, the King of Liberation, fought the prophet Seiros. If our forces end up fighting our enemies there, it'll be a clash passed down through the ages.
Okay.
The old general who serves the Rowe family in Aryan Road, even if we invited him to join our side, he probably just wouldn't respond.
Professor? Say no.
How often does Anna restock? Monthly, I assume? Oh, not at all. Okay. Yeah, I really don't need any of these accessories.
Come back soon!
All right, off to the kingdom's capital we go. What's the matter? Should I not be excited? I can't help it. Everyone's got to have something to look forward to.
What's it take to forge up the Zoltan stuff? While I'm thinking about it. Oh, that's repair, not forge. It takes a bunch of Woot's Steel and A+ Professor rank anyway.
Come back anytime.
No.
Come back anytime, no.
Say no.
Hello there.
I'm just gonna buy bait under the assumption that I can at least bring this over to the next playthrough.
I think this one, yes. 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 I think. Return soon, please.
Alright. Edelgard is on the second floor dorm.
Professor, halt! Don't come in here. I thought I told you to forget about that. There's something I don't want you to see. So, you know about it. Yes, it's a portrait of you. I painted it myself. It's, quite disgraceful. I did a terrible job with it, and it looks nothing like you. I'm happy that you appreciate my efforts, but please don't touch that door.
Okay, Bernadetta.
Well,
There are stories of heroes' relics 1,000 years ago, of which we have no real evidence today. So many, in fact, that I'm led to wonder if those relics are nothing more than legends. Especially since we know of relics like those passed down in the families of the 10 Fodlan elites.
That reminds me.
You must know about the Western Church in the Kingdom and the Eastern Church in the Alliance. But you probably don't know about the Southern Church. It used to exist a long time ago in Enbar. About 120 years ago, they had a massive insurrection. The bishop of the Southern Church who participated was exiled by the furious emperor. After that, the empire reconciled with the Central Church, but relations continued to be strained. That history has probably laid the groundwork for the current antagonism among the empire's citizens.
How have we come to this? Fighting the Archbishop and her knights? I'd never imagined. I hate this so much. Professor, I tried. I gave treatment to everyone I could, but lives were still lost. The infirmary is as much a morgue right now as it is a place of care and healing.
What of this? There's a school of sorcery in Ferdiad, which is staffed by the top minds of magical research. The study of crests and sorcery should not be separate. I've often thought I should pay them a visit someday. I never imagined I might end up invading the place with an army, though. Not how I imagined it at all.
Hey, you. I've got a dream, you know. I don't know if it'll come true, but it's nice to hope. Remember when I went to Bridget with Petra? I drew a picture of some of the flowers I saw there. Next time, I want to go even farther. Maybe Dagda. Maybe even past that. I want to fill a whole book with drawings of the biggest plants I see. And the carnivorous ones especially. Oh, I hope I get the chance.
Well, that was certainly frightening. You're very perceptive, Professor. Having to fight against the Church of Seros was unnerving. To push back against something I've hinged so much of my life upon, I was terrified. But now we must fight Lady Rhea, and I won't back down.
It seems we will soon set foot in Ferdiad. I used to live there, you know, though that was before my time in the Officers' Academy. That's right. I was enrolled at the School of Magic there for a time. Trouble within the kingdom forced me to return to Alliance lands. There was much I had yet to learn.
Well...
This was a trying month, but we did manage to hold Garreg Mach. If only just. Honestly, I did not expect such strident supporters of the Archbishop as setteth in flame to flee. But with this victory, we have all but cornered the Church of Seros and its knights. The goddess above shall give way to the darkness that has long dwelled below. I have a request for you.
Supply run and taking care of business, I assume, is just a fight quest. Yeah.
Well done, Professor. Thank you.
Alright, so that's everything. So let's see if we can grind tournaments. Oh my god. We can grind tournaments. Hell yeah.
Let's keep up the pace.
I don't get extra axes, but taking care of business unlocks the final merchant. Okay.
Your death is not in.
I guess that's why it had the caravan icon.
Let's keep up the pace. For the fate of.
It does give Professor experience. Yes. This shouldn't work. We're just pumping out propaganda by grinding this tournament. Oh my god.
Keep up the.
No, shouldn't you get, like, extra skill experience for participating in tournaments? I'm getting greedy.
The only possible out.
Well, well, welly, well, well.
Your death is not in. For the fate of. Your death is not.
Technically, it's just to raise by the standing in Garrick Knock, so this is... we're directly being rewarded for producing propaganda.
For the fate of. Let's keep up the pace. 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 Let's keep up the pace.
I mean, the only thing I can do that costs AP that gives more... basically the same amount here, but it takes less time here. The only thing that gives more is cooking, which you can only do once per day anyway.
For the fate of.
I should make sure I do cooking, though.
I enjoy baking. I see.
Actually, it's actually less for doing that than a tournament, huh? Buried Sin Mercedes. Yeah. See, they like sweet stuff, so...
Your death is not a. Let's keep up the pace. The only possible. Your death is not...
We actually have a Byleth support now. No, I'm not doing fishing.
Lord Yuritsa? I believe he used to be a professor at the Officers' Academy. It was also my understanding that he was personally recommended by Lord Arundel himself, landing him a position as a sword instructor.
Whatever the case is, behind that mask of death, there's emptiness, void. This is probably just a rumor, but I heard he was found and taken in by Her Majesty herself. Supposedly, he's the heir of the Grimm family. But I also heard he's only a distant relative who was adopted. Sure is mysterious.
You've been asking around about me. It matters not to me, one way or the other. Do you want to know of my past? Why? Friend or foe? That's what you're trying to determine. But you won't find answers merely with words. There is only one path forward. Raise your sword if you have the nerve. Raise it and fight me. If you want to know my heart, know my sword. It's only to spar. Nobody will be slain. I cannot kill you yet. The Death Knight knows that very well. I've been told to refrain from killing you until the war has ended. The Emperor, the young Emperor, discovered me long ago. Though back then, she was still a princess. Ultimately, it was she who erased my past. She placed me into a family that was disintegrating, that I might be their heir. Indeed, my past. My crimes for killing a useless man and his kin. To survive, the Death Knight must spill blood. Left to his own devices, he would kill innocent passers-by. Through the Emperor's grace, he was allowed hunting grounds. That is why, to this day, I follow her. I am not yet ready to yield such fertile hunting grounds. Nor am I ready to truly fight you. Of course, were I not here to hold him back, he would cut you down without hesitation. As for me, I too... never mind. If you've no intention of fighting, then be gone. Perhaps it is he who is to blame, but I feel oddly when I look at you.
Oh, there's also the third floor. I need to talk to Annette. Completely forgot.
I used to live in the kingdom capital with my parents. I know we've got no choice but to fight the kingdom. I really don't want Ferdiad to become a battlefield. Lots of my old friends still live in the city, and many people there were kind to me. If fighting breaks out there, all of those people might get caught up in it.
I didn't realize he had, like, no motivation there. Bernadetta. Yeah, just speed up bow growth here. Sure.
I'm finally
Not flying. Oops.
I must. This.
This is working. You really?
Dark magic aura. Advanced light magic attack. Assails foes with rings of light.
I have a question.
I've had this sword for a long time. It's as much a part of me as the hand that holds it, but a good swordsmith could craft a weapon that's more effective and durable. Should I stick with my old familiar sword or acquire a better one? Why not use both?
Wow.
I still get the experience. Joke's on you.
You have my thanks.
We must be working. I am a... We...
Now, to put this skill to use.
I still need to improve.
I always was at...
Alright. Fight. And I'm just gonna do the quest fight. I'm not even gonna bother with the rare monster. Whatever. And then next week, even more propaganda as Edelgard dominates all tournaments. Yes! Oh, and we check out the new shop. I was really hoping to get through another chapter, but alright. Bullion. An already emptied chest. Honestly, I can probably just auto this crap.
Maybe...
Let's...
Exhaustive strike.
sense... I'm really getting...
I will prevail. Witness frigid pride.
Usually when I get a headache at night, it's because I'm dehydrated. You should drink more water during the day. Or really more anything during the day. You weren't here for it, Klinoic, but most of the earlier stream today was trying to do Forgotten Hero. No, why would I? There's no purpose to it. I already have 11 swords. It is a horribly designed map, and it can go die in a hole.
Nope.
I tried that. It doesn't work. He doesn't die.
It is part of that.
Professor.
Sure. Aloe support. Okay.
Hello, Professor. You're really on the move today. A lot to get done, I take it? I'm happy to help. Tell me, is there anything I can do to lighten your load a bit? Oh, surely there must be something. Don't be shy about asking for help. We're practically siblings, after all. Cut from the same cloth. I was raised by Gerald just as you were, so we should have no trouble getting along. Huh? Did I not mention that? How thoughtless! What an embarrassing gaffe! My parents died when I was small, and I came to live in the monastery. It was an aimless existence, but sometimes a knight would pass by wearing magnificent armor. That knight was Gerald, and the first time he laid eyes on me, he made me his squire. What was he thinking, huh? No kidding. I don't think I'll ever fully understand his logic. Later, I heard that the squire preceding me had died of a terrible plague. I looked a bit like him and was about the same age, so Gerald thought me a suitable replacement. A little nutty, old Gerald, there's no doubt about that. Quite a character. All that was
good.
30 years ago. No time flies. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. You never asked him? Well, Gerald hardly seemed to age at all. In fact, over drinks he once told me, perhaps that's a story for another day. At any rate, that's Gerald for you. One of a kind. I don't think there's anyone else quite like him. Right. Well, now you've heard my whole story. I hope that you understand now why I feel such a strong sense of attachment to you. If you're ever in a bind, just give me a holler. I'll help however I can. Indeed, indeed. Well, I'll let you get back to it. But truly, if I can take anything off your plate, don't hesitate to let me know.
Yeah, fog maps are bad design. Just straight up. There is nothing redeemable about them.
Another gain from mortal risk.
It's within my grasp.
I'm glad I'm getting better.
Ooh, Bernadetta gets movement +1.
Of course.
This is making sense. Guess all that time wasn't wasted.
Well done, Professor. Thank you.
Numbers are all open in the marketplace. Alright, let's get him to show me what he's got.
What?
Say now.
Dark Merchant.
Hello.
Doesn't sound that dark. Sells arcane crystals, the last teas, some new gifts, high-end fish, high-end vegetables, and meat. Okay.
Tell your friends.
Nice.
Professor?
Not the voice I expected to come from under that mask. Actually, let me check. Okay.
Hey.
Oh, I see. The fish stuff is boosted. So let's do that.
I see your food.
You.
I do have the next support with Mercedes available. So I should do cooking with Manuela.
My cooking is so good. Right. I do so enjoy. Oh.
Professor. Do you have a moment, Professor? I need to speak with you. Thank you so much. This is what I wanted to address. This letter from my adoptive father just arrived. Oh, have I not mentioned him? He's the reason I first came to the Officers' Academy. He's also the one who dragged me from the church where I was living, just so he could use my crest. My crest does not yet belong to a house, so he plans to use it as leverage to marry into the nobility. He's a very greedy man who was a roving merchant before adopting me, but now he's in the capital. This letter says that he's finally arranged to marry me off to a wealthy noble. I know he's just thinking of himself, but can't he see that this isn't a priority when we're at war? I don't know what to do about this proposal. I can't see any way around it, so I fear that I must. I just don't want to let go of the life that I've made for myself. I know it's not what my heart wants, but I don't have the strength to say no. I believe I've mentioned this before, but I want to work in service of the church. Well, I suppose it doesn't necessarily have to be the church, but I want to help those in need. If I were to marry a noble, I think it would be difficult to realize that dream. It's just, I've always allowed myself to follow the whims of those above me. I convinced myself that everything in life was at the will of the goddess. I was blind to reality. I believed it was her will to both pull me from the church and guide me to the Officers' Academy. The decision to enter this war was the first time I acted of my own free will. My adoptive father opposed this decision, but I somehow managed to convince him. Still, I couldn't free myself of him completely. This letter is proof of that. It's not that I'm scared of him, but there is something that worries me. I knew you'd understand, Professor. I've sat down to write a reply several times, but I can't muster up the courage or the words. I was hoping you could provide me with the encouragement I need. That's a very good point. We're only given one life, so we must do all we can to pursue our happiness. Okay, I'll tell him the truth. Okay. I think that may have been just the push I was looking for. I'll tell him the truth. That I found a life worth pursuing, and I must decline the proposal. Maybe I should tell him I've fallen for someone else. Why, it's you, Professor. Isn't that obvious? I'm just teasing. Now I'm off to write this letter and stand my ground. Thank you for your encouragement.
Okay. Back to tournaments. I at least want to get through the supports.
I do not tolerate.
Pre-mission. So we can just jump in tomorrow.
Your death is not in.
Oh yeah, tomorrow is the Pokemon stream, isn't it?
Let's keep up the pace. The only possible out. The only possible. For the fate of I do not tolerate.
No, this is just how she executes criminals. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, they're all brigands and stuff. Capital punishment in and propaganda together at last.
The only possible. Let's keep up the pace. For the fate of. Let's keep up the pace. Your death is not.
I may actually hit A+ this month.
I do not tolerate. I do not tolerate. For the fate of foe. Let's keep up the pace. Your death is not in. I do not tolerate. I do not tolerate.
Right, gardening. You're right.
The only possible out. For the fate of foe.
I'll do that now, actually. No, do not do that. I guess if I get the 2 stalks of grain harvest, regardless of what I do, I might as well not waste money on it.
Let's keep up the.
The fact you can do this is hilarious.
Your death is not in vain. Your death is not in.
And I'm not gonna have the material to like forge the A+ stuff.
Your death is not in.
It's just I won't have to worry about doing stuff like fishing in new K+ cycles. Not that I would have anyway, considering how much you get from just answering questions and doing support stuff in general.
For the fate of foe.
Because remember, I have 1 more week after this before the next mission. I assume that the next 2 missions just kind of end things, because I don't see a way for there to be a mission in between. Unless there's going to be another, oh, the church is attacking again, kind of thing. Well, I guess I do have to deal with Rhea after dealing with Dimitri. Don't forget to check the notes. What are all these night lovers talking about when they go on and on about chivalry? Maybe I don't get it because I don't care about being a knight. Strength and courage? Okay.
I must.
Budding talent. And the ability Darting Blow.
bit harsh.
Budding talent. Unit now excels in the reason skill. Learn the ability Seal Strength.
I must try. What a thing to say.
Professor.
Thank you.
Come on. I know you got it in ya. There we go.
Here's the
Alert stance.
I must continue to develop.
Sword Prowess 5 for Yuritsa. Okay. And then one more Explore. Make sure I go do gardening. Ooh, an Ambrosia. Defense +1.
I see.
My cooking is... Right. I...
Yuritsa and Mercedes do have a support now. At this point, I do want to see the last support with Yuritsa. So I will go ahead and dump gift items on him. And do, well...
The map of deep.
Yeah.
I'll take.
Oh, I can do it top to bottom.
I'll. Mine. I'll take. I'll
Yep.
Professor, the way your sword glides through the air, I am in awe. You, paired with that sword, it may bring about my end. I do not know. Perhaps I do.
I should
Long ago,
grind that,
when
yeah.
the Death Knight saw you in the Holy Mausoleum, I came to an understanding that it is you, and you alone, who are capable of slaying me. Only you, with your sword, can do it. A I can see that our encounter was fated to happen. Ever since then, I've been thinking. Why indeed? Why was the Death Knight fixated so fervently upon you? At that moment, he fell under your spell. You who wields the sword of the Creator. And now, as I fight alongside you, I too fall victim to your spell. That I am unable to fight you is truly regrettable. Yes, I suppose that is true. This futile, pointless war. Let us end it quickly then. Uniting Fodlan and overthrowing the church are mere trivialities to me. All I truly need is you. You and nothing else. It does. In the meantime, continue to strengthen your sword play. And please, don't get yourself killed by some foolish brigands. You must live, that we might fight one another to the death. I must know which one of us will emerge victorious. For now, I will have to use my imagination and savor the potential outcomes of that future. I can see it now. You swiftly dodging my blade, and then at last, your sword piercing my flesh.
Eureka, this sounds deeply sexual.
I stumbled to the ground, gasping for air, breathing my last. Or perhaps my blade would pierce you first. No. That is enough. I must refrain from such fantasies. They make my urge to slay you all the stronger. It is enough to stand by your side while I await that day of true pleasure. Indeed, you and I are fated to be intertwined. I will follow you to the very gates of hell.
Okay. I'm happy.
Yeah, I do see what you mean.
I'm happy. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Pardon me.
Yes? Oh, it's you, Professor. I was certain it was Hubert coming to drag me back to my duties. Your Majesty, you must know your supreme talents are needed at present. Why not gaze at these documents instead of the sky? No? Well then. And here I thought my Hubert impression was second to none. But that's enough about Hubert for the moment. While I have your attention, I'd like to thank you for your help in that last battle. As you well know, I'm perfectly capable of commanding the army by myself. However, when you're around, it's somehow different. I'm not sure I can properly explain it, I suppose your perspective on the battlefield is simply sharper than mine. When you're devising tactics and tricks for us, it's almost as though you can read the enemy's mind. There's no getting around it. Your talent for strategy far exceeds my own. I'm quite jealous, in all honesty.
My strategy is grinding.
Is that a fact? Well, if you insist. I suppose a flower from another's field is always more beautiful. I'll admit, I think of you as rather detached. So to hear that you have emotions such as jealousy is something of a relief. I can't deny it. Ever since I underwent those procedures, I have certainly distanced myself from the ordinary world.
Oh, my headphones may be low on battery, because I've been using wireless ones. Yeah, hang on. I need to charge those tonight. Right?
Friends. That word somehow doesn't seem adequate. Besides, we've been friends for a long time. By now, we're so much more than that, at least in my mind. You know, instead of Edelgard, you can call me just Elle, if you so please. It's what my parents and closest sisters used to call me when I was little. Now there's no one left who calls me that. But with you, well, I think I could allow it. In fact, it would mean a great deal to me. Why? Well, you have stood beside me and shared my burdens. As I said, you are much more than a friend. In truth, you are like family to me. I suppose that's why.
Thank you for reminding me to do that. And now...
For the fate of... I do not tolerate... Let's keep up the pace. The only possible... Let's keep up the pace.
Oh, I am easily reaching A+ today.
Your death is not in... Your death is not... Your death is not in... Let's keep up the pace. For the fate of Foden.
Oh, I see. You get a lot more XP from the tournament the first time each day. That makes sense.
For the fate of Foden. I do not tolerate. Let's keep up the pace.
The extra money is nice, too.
The only possible... The only possible... Your death is not in... For the fate of... For the fate of Foden. Your death is not in...
Professor level up. A+. Your supply of AP for battles and exploration has increased. That's very little fanfare for maxing out.
Hey there.
Let's see. Oh, I can forge the named stuff, but that requires a bunch of mithril crap. Alright. Oh well. Zoltan's stuff takes woot steel. Okay. I can see that being useful. Try forging a killing blade? Or a killing edge?
Come back anytime.
Let me buy one real quick.
Welcome. Will this one do? Many thanks. Come back soon. Hey there.
Wodow. More accurate, less crit, less weight. A beautiful, distinct sword with a high critical hit rate, said to have been forged in an eastern land. And then Wodow Plus ultimately ends up with more crit.
Is this it? There you go. Come back anytime.
So it's 990 40 versus 985 35. Oh, this is just straight up better. Besides the... No, it's the same durability. Okay, sure. Neat. Super neat. Okay, so there's... Garden Ferdinand.
Ferdinand.
Caspar and Ash. Which I do not have enough stuff to do anything they both like. Dang. Okay, Caspar and Shamir.
I like seeing a table full of my favorite dishes.
I can eat so much of this stuff. My stomach's growling just thinking about it.
Ash and... Oh, I don't really have supports with Ash available. Annette and Ingrid, I think? Not available. Dang. Lysithia. Wait, what am I doing? Edelgarding. Oh yeah, I already did Edelgard. So, yeah, sure. Okay.
Cornelia, I have a report from our scouts. The Imperial army that departed from Garrick Mach en route to the capital now appears to be marching here.
What did you just say?
The speed of the army's movement quickens. They will be here to invade within days. I just sent some of my troops to support the capital. It is likely to be a fierce fight.
How could this be? I have not heard a thing about... Oh, I understand now. I am the target.
You? Are you sure they do not mean to take Aryan Road for strategic reasons?
It would appear so from the outside. However, the circumstances are not that simple. And will you calm yourself? It will not be a fierce fight whatsoever. The sweet children I have prepared will protect Aryan Road well.
Cornelia.
Aryan Road is a fortress city that was built about 400 years ago. Originally a base on the front lines of the battle against the kingdom, it was built using Imperial money and technology.
However, the head of House Rowe secretly planned to betray the Empire. As the fortress neared completion, it was rebuilt as a base to defend against the Empire. When the fortress was completed, House Rowe declared its vassalage to the kingdom.
Since then, Aryan Road has never fallen. Not once. The beautiful white walls that protect it against its enemies have earned it the nickname, the Silver Maiden. In the end, that is all it is to the Empire. The Silver Maiden stands as a bitter memory.
We will now be destroying that memory. The past is the past. Now is now.
A fortress that has never fallen. I can't wait to make it fall.
How savage of you. And yet, I must say I agree with the sentiments. Let us take the sturdy Aryan Road and continue our march against the kingdom.
An invincible fortress? Sounds perfect.
Unfortunately, it will soon no longer be invincible. The Silver Maiden's iron skin is about to be damaged. It's sad, really.
Is it silver or iron? Use your language with clarity, please.
Really, Lynn, there must be a better way to say that. Since we are attacking a heavily guarded place, we must take extra care to prevent allies from getting injured.
Thank you, everyone. I'm counting on all of you. Now, let's resume our advance.
This battle is for the future of Fodlan.
We only have a few supports, so let's go through them. Yuritsa and Mercedes, rank B.
Hello, Emile. The War Council is about to begin. Come on. What's the matter? You're so pale. Have you been injured? Emile?
Must slay more.
What?
There is no pleasure to be had in these halls. My thirst is unbearable. Perhaps bathing in your blood will help satiate me.
Emile? Wait. You're not Emile. You're the Death Knight. You may look like him, but you are not him. He would never say such a thing.
What
Do as you must. It is within your rights.
My rights.
Mother and I must be the reason the Death Knight exists within you. A young boy left all alone in House Martell's without us. I can't imagine how lonely and terrible it must have been. To our half-siblings who bore no crests, we were nothing more than intruders. Their horrible words and violent actions were only bearable because the three of us supported one another through it. All alone in a place like that. It's little wonder that you broke down as you have. We should have rescued you. We should have offered ourselves to save you.
Nonsense.
However, we cannot turn back the hands of time. Atonement is all I have for you.
You don't understand anything.
Emil?
The day you left 18 years ago, I told Mother to leave me there.
What? But why did you do such a thing?
I wanted to protect you. I am glad we are reunited. I am happy you are alive. I am so sorry, my dear sister.
Emil.
Edelgard and Dorothea, rank A.
Hey, 80, take a look at this. I received it as a gift. It was sent from... I don't remember. Anyway, the point is...
Dorothy, when you receive a gift, don't you think you should try to remember who it's from?
You're right. That's a little thoughtless of me. What's gotten into you?
You seem mostly uninterested in the various suitors throwing themselves at you. Is something on your mind?
Oh, don't worry about me. Everything's fine. I'm just not that interested in certain men.
Do you have any idea why?
Well, I do have an inkling.
You seem reluctant to tell me. Is it somehow my fault?
No, nothing like that. Okay, I suppose you're not completely wrong, but...
How do you mean? Please, just say what's on your mind.
When the two of us are together, talking like this, somehow I don't feel like I care about my troubles with love anymore. So it's fine.
There's nothing wrong with that, of course. It seems we should get to the bottom of such a drastic change. Maybe we could figure it out if we just...
Maybe I'm telling you I'm fine. If you push me any further, I'll write an opera about you. I'll do it right here and now. And then I'll sing it in your face.
Settle down, Dorothea. I can take a hint. If you insist, I'll drop the subject. Whatever you do, don't write more opera lines about me. My cheeks are probably still red from your last performance.
Well, I can't promise anything. But if I try real hard, by the time the war's over, I might just have an opera written, starring you. No need to worry though, 80. I'll be fabulous as you. A performance they'll rave about for years.
The frightening part is that I don't know whether you're joking or not. But I do regret to inform you that you won't be playing the role of Edelgard.
Why's that?
Don't you see? No story about me would be complete without the character of Dorothea. It would be ridiculous for you to play me instead of yourself.
80. You really are something special, aren't you?
Dorothea and Ingrid, rank C. Okay.
Ingrid, do you have a moment? We are going to perform an opera in the cathedral.
We are?
Yes! It's a small one, but I need some volunteers. Let me tell you, Alois is very excited. He's already doing a ton of work for the show.
I see. What's it about?
Classic opera fare. A tragic love story. A princess who falls in love with a handsome commoner. But our princess
Alright, so next time, Chapter 16 fight, and because I have so little to do left, like unless suddenly there are a bunch of paralogs next chapter, we may very well end it tomorrow, though it may wind up being in 2 streams. But for now, thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Good night.